And then just as well, before we begin here, we just like to stress that this demo today is for demonstrative purposes only, and everything that is discussed, none of it should be taken as a recommendation or trading advice. This is for demonstrative purposes only. Okay, so let's get started here. I see we got a few more new people rolling in. So just one last time here, this is going to be a stock trading demo on the desktop, on the tastytrade desktop platform. My name's Anthony. I'm part of the trade desk here at tastytrade, and I also have another member of the trade desk. His name is Christian. He'll be assisting with chats and Q&A today. All right, so let's get started here, folks. So this is going to be our desktop platform, and I just wanted to go over a quick review here for those of you who have attended our previous sessions, or maybe you're brand new and this is your first time attending. So on the desktop platform here, we have three main panels. The first is going to be this left side panel here. As you can see, it's highlighted in blue. And on this left side panel, at the top here, we have our most recent symbols. So as you search symbols up here in the active symbol box here, for example, as you type in a symbol, you'll notice that that symbol will then populate along the top here of the recent symbols and so on and so forth. As you search more and more symbols, that list will update. Then under that, we have our watch list section. Now you'll likely spend a fair amount of time in this section, especially if you're looking for any new underlyings to trade or things along those lines. So in the watch list section here, we have a few preset watch lists. And in order to access those, you can just go ahead and left click on this drop down menu right here. You'll notice after clicking that, it brings up our preset watch list. So for example, if you're looking for a specific sector, let's say, let's go with the energy sector, and boom, there you go. A bunch of different energy symbols will populate under this watch list portion on the left here. You'll also notice that you will have access to any self-created watch list as well. That will be at the bottom. As you can see here, I created one earlier today titled Stock Demo. And if you missed it in the general overview, we went over this a bit, how to create a personal watch list. But if you missed it, just feel free to drop a note in the chat there, and I'm sure Christian can include a link on how to create your own watch list. So I'm going to select this pre-made stock demo watch list that I made. Moving on here, next we have our center panel. So this is likely where you'll be spending most of your time here on the platform. It's where we'll be spending most of our time here today. So on this center platform, excuse me here, let me go ahead and collapse this right side panel here so you get the full view. So in this center panel here, right now we're on the positions tab, and you'll notice also at the top, this is going to be your active symbol area. So for example, right now we have Ford in there, but if you wanted to look up Apple, you could just simply type it in and then select it from the list here. And you'll notice to the right of that, you have the IV rank, the last size, the change for the day, the bid, the ask, in addition to the full company name as well. So you'll see Apple up here. And then under there, if you have multiple accounts, you'll see them all displayed here. Or if you just have one account, your account number will be displayed right here, in addition to your current account net liquidity, your profit and loss for the day, profit and loss year to date, and then your buying power as well. And then moving on here to our right side panel. And just to reiterate here, in order to pull that out, you'll want to make sure that you're clicking on this left facing arrow all the way in the upper right corner. So if you click on that you'll notice it will pop out the right side panel here. And on this right side panel, you'll notice that Apple is currently populated here as well. So any active symbol on the platform, any symbol that you're currently viewing will populate both on the center main panel and on the right side panel when you pull it out. And on this right side panel, we just get a quick overview. We have a mini chart of Apple, in addition to some quote details. There's also, I wanted to point out here that you could see any upcoming earnings that Apple has. So as you'll see here, it looks like Apple has earnings on the 4th. And then there's a bell icon next to that. If there's an arrow after the bell, that indicates that the earnings come out after market close. If the arrow is before the bell, that indicates that earnings come out prior to market open. And moving along here, we also have a quick activity tab, which we'll get into later on the main panel. You also are able to see any news regarding the underlying that you're currently searching. So here's all of some recent news regarding Apple. You could click on these and pull up that article. And then you also have the ability to access fundamentals here in regard to Apple. So just give that a quick scroll. You can see everything that you have under that tab. Okay, now, so to collapse this right side panel here, you can just go ahead and left click on this arrow once more, and that will collapse the right side panel. All right, so now we're going to go ahead and get into the reason why you're at this demo. That's going to be the stock trading, how to place a stock trade on this desktop platform. So the thing I wanted to point out just before we get started here is that all the bid and asks that you see on the platform are considered live. So anywhere on the platform where you see a bid or ask displayed, you could simply just left click on it and it will line up in order to purchase the stock of the symbol that you're viewing. So in this case, let's go ahead and take a look back at Ford here. And you'll notice now, rather than typing it in the symbol box up here, I'm just going to left click and select it here from our watch list on the left-hand side. You'll notice that Ford, boom, it populates along the top of the platform here. So, okay, let's say you're interested in placing a stock. I'm buying some Ford shares here. So in order to do that, what you need to do is just left click on the ask price displayed at the top of the platform here. You'll notice after clicking that, we have an order ticket populate in the bottom of at the bottom of the platform here. Just want to go ahead and outline this quickly. So this is the part that we'll be focusing on. All right, so on this order ticket, I just wanted to go through a few things really quickly here. You have your indication of what you're doing. So whether you're buying or selling, in this case, we will be placing an order to buy. You have a quantity as well. Right now it defaults to around lot of 100, but we're going to go ahead and bump that down actually to 1 share here. And in order to change the quantity, you could just either left click on the quantity box here and delete the quantity and manually enter your own, or you can use the quantity arrows here. And then to the right of the quantity box here, we have the limit price at which we're going to enter the order. To the right of that, we have this is a very important one. We have this little padlock here. So you'll notice, especially during market hours as well, when there's a lot of active trading going on, the limit price here displayed in the box will actually update as the bid and ask changes during the day. If you have this padlock if you don't have it closed. So this will update automatically as changes in the bid and the ask occur. If you're looking to lock in a certain limit price and you don't want it to auto update, what you can do is just left click on that lock and lock it. That effectively locks in the price that you have entered there for the limit price. Now, just so everyone's aware, by lock in, I mean that limit price will not change on the order ticket. I don't mean guaranteeing a certain price, because as everyone knows, limit prices are, when it comes to guarantees, there's no guarantees in regard to fills with limit orders here. So simply when you're placing a limit order, you could have the ability to get filled at your limit price or better, but there's no guarantee that order is going to fill. So to the right of that is going to be your order type. Right now, obviously, we have limit selected, but we have a few different options here. We have a market order as well, which that's what you're looking to place. You can simply choose market. We also offer the ability to place a stop market. And then I'm not sure if you all can see it. It looks like Zoom is cutting this off, but under stop market, we also have the ability to place a stop limit order, which you can see here I have selected. So you can set a stop price as well as a limit price for that order. So moving along here, I'm going to change this back to limit price. And then now we are going to further discuss the time in force here on the right-hand side. Right now, we have this displayed as a day order. Excuse me. Right now, we have a day order selected here. So this order will only work during, or it will only have a chance of filling during normal market hours, markets open. We also have the ability to place a good till cancel order, a good till date order. I'm not sure if you all can see that again. Once again, it looks like Zoom is just cutting off the bottom of this. So a good till date order. And then we also have EXT at the bottom. That indicates an extended hours order. So right now, for example, when we go to place an order in a few minutes here, we are going to select that as an extended hours order. So we make sure that that's working and has a chance at getting filled. Okay, so I just wanted to show you all really quickly where you can see working orders on the platform. So I'm not looking to get filled on this order just yet. I'm going to go ahead and change the limit price on this order to $11 per share. And doesn't look like we should get filled here, but I changed that limit price to 11, and you'll notice I have the time in force selected as extended hours. So now we're going to go ahead and hit review and send. And then right here, this is just one last confirmation before you go ahead and send your order. You could just confirm all the details of that are correct. So we will be buying 1 share of Ford, buying to open BTO. And then you see your time in force here, extended hours. You can see that we have it at a limit price of $11. Estimated trade cost here, $11. And then you could see your commissions and fees as well. So on stock trades, there's no commissions that are charged, which is why that is 0. And the fees are also very minimal, which is why that's showing as 0 right now on the platform. It only goes to 2 decimal places, but the fees are very minimal. You can see the estimated buying power effect is actually $5.50. Reason for that being is because we're placing this order in a margin account. So when you're trading stock in a margin account, if the account is funded with $2,000 or more, you do have the access to margin. You have the access to leverage in the account. So your stock buying power is essentially 2 times your option buying power in a margin account. So once you're satisfied with the order, you can go ahead and hit send order. And you'll notice now in the upper left corner, this order is working. So in order to view this working order, you could actually see it in a few different places. The first place I'm going to start with is going to be the chart. In order to access the chart here, you can just click this icon right here. And you'll notice that will bring up the chart for Ford. And here's our working order displayed here in this yellow box with these yellow dashed lines as well. And on the chart tab, you can actually go ahead and change the price of this order as well by left clicking on this box here. You'll see how it highlights in a brighter yellow, and then you have this red X as well. So you have to left click once and then left click again and hold, and you can drag this box up and down to change the price at which that order is submitted. So here, if we wanted to bump it up a bit, maybe to $11.55. Once you're satisfied with where you have it dragged, you just let go, and you'll notice we get the cancel, and the new order is working here at a price of $11.55. And then you can also go ahead and actually cancel an order from this chart tab as well. Once again, you left click, and here is the red X. You would left click on that to cancel the order. I'm not going to cancel this just yet because I'm going to show you guys a few other places where you can see working orders. The next place where you can see a working order, and the most common one is your positions tab here. Most commonly used, I should say, is your positions tab here. So if you left click on positions tab here, you'll notice right now we have multiple accounts. So all of the positions in these accounts are currently showing. But if you're looking to only show stock positions, then you would go ahead and deselect these filters here. So that takes out all the options. Any futures positions are also removed. Bonds, deselect that. And then we're going to leave working selected here since we do have that working order here on Ford, just so you all can see it. And then on this positions tab, you have a few different column headings as well. So you're able to see and you could edit these any way that you would like. Right now we have the P&L open showing, P&L open percentage. These are going to be underlined. This column here is underlying indicators. So as you can see, there's two different indicators you'll see under here. That would be this blue square with a D in it, indicating the upcoming X dividend date. And then this purple square again with the E indicating an upcoming earnings date. So it looks like Costco, for example, has earnings 22 days from now. You'll see next to Ford, earnings has a 0 next to it. Ford's earnings are being announced after the bell today. I'm not sure if they came out already. And then to the right of that, you have your average trade price, the cost, the capital requirement, and you can see the bid and ask as well. You have multiple pages here. So if you arrow over here, using this arrow at the top, you can arrow over, and any additional columns that you have set up can be seen on this page. Now we have P&L day, and in order to edit these columns, you can select your any gear icon that you see on the platform, honestly, but I typically use this one when I'm on the positions page. So I'm going to select that gear icon, and this will pull up our settings menu. From here, you'll want to make sure under module, you're under accounts, and then you go to positions. And on the left-hand side, these are going to be all of your displayed columns. The right-hand side, this is everything that is not displayed. So for example, if you're looking for position net liquidity, you just simply left click and drag that over to the displayed side. And then once you're satisfied with that, you can go ahead and hit OK. You'll notice now that we have position net liquidity displaying as one of the column headers here. Okay, so moving on now, let's go ahead and let's see if we could get a fill here on this order to purchase 1 share of Ford. In order to do that, it looks like we'll need to replace the price that we're submitting at. So in order to do a replace order, you could go ahead and just right click on this working order, and you'll notice this menu pops up, and you get the option here to replace an order. From here, you can actually go ahead and make any adjustments to limit price, the order type, or time in force. Satisfied with the order type and time in force here, but let's go ahead and see if we could get a fill here. So I'm just going to go ahead and submit this order at the current natural price, $11.62. All right, so all looks good there. Now I'm going to go ahead and review and send this. Give it one last glance over. Everything looks good. So let's go ahead and send this order. And boom, there we go. It looks like we got a fill at $11.62. You can see this now under your positions tab here, that we have 1 share of Ford. You get your P&L open on the position. Right now, it looks like we're up 18 cents so far. And then you have your position net liquidity, and then average trade price as well, $11.62. We can see here. And I also wanted to touch base on the activity tab on the platform. This is also very useful. So with the activity tab, here you can see a history of all your transactions. So any working, filled, or canceled orders. Right now, let's just filter let's go with filled and canceled. Okay, so here we could see that recent Ford order, which we previously canceled when we had it submitted at $11.55 when we changed it on the chart. And then here's the filled order here. So on the right-hand side here where you see the price, this is going to be your limit price that you submitted at. So we submitted at $11.62. To the left of that is going to be the price that you were ultimately filled at. As you can see, we ended up getting filled at a price of $11.62 as well. And then to the right of that, you can see your time in force, and then just an overall position description. So you could see we purchased 1 share, that's noted by the BTO, buy to open. So we purchased 1 share of Ford. Okay, so now once you're satisfied with your position, how do we go ahead and then close a position? Let's say we had a stock position on, it was going well for us, so we're looking to close that out now. In order to do this, you can just go back to the positions tab here. You can once again right click on that line that shows the share or the position that you're looking to close. And then you get another box here where you're able to close a position. So you just go ahead and select close position. From here now on the order ticket, you'll notice that our action, we will be selling this long share. So we're going to be selling here. You see the -1 in the quantity, and then you get the limit price as well that you're looking to enter at. Now, let's say, for example, maybe we wanted to place a stop limit order on this. Not going to place one, but I'll just go through and show you all how you would do this if you're looking to do so. So here at the top, we have our stop price, which we can enter. So let's say maybe we wanted to get out of this position if Ford traded down to about $11.20. So we have our stop price at $11.20. That's going to be our stop trigger. So once if Ford trades down to $11.20, that will then trigger our stop. And at that point, a limit order will be routed to close the position. Let's go ahead and set our limit price then a couple cents less than the stop. So $11.15 here. And ultimately, this is going to be how you set up a stop limit order on the platform. You can do that after the position has been opened. But let's go ahead and just close this order out now. So go ahead and select limit. Once again, we'll need to go ahead and change the time in force, change that to a extended hours order. And then from there, it looks like the natural here is at $11.62. So in order to get out of this, let's just go ahead and submit it the current natural of $11.62. And then once we're satisfied with our order, we can go ahead and select review and send. Give it one last confirmation and go ahead and send the order off. As you'll see here, we ultimately got filled at $11.62. I believe that's what we were filled at when we opened the position. So looks like the loss on there wasn't too bad considering commissions and fees. There's a minimal loss with the minimal fees that are charged, but other than that, it doesn't look like it was too bad there. Okay, so moving along here, I also wanted to show you all how we can place a fractional order or fractional share order on the platform. So in order to do that, and as you can see as well, it looks like we have a fractional share of Costco already in the account. So you'll see we have 1/4 of a share of Costco here. But if you're looking to purchase a fractional share, once again, you can click on the ask anywhere on the platform. In this case, I'm going to go ahead and just choose the ask here on the left-hand side. This will bring up an order ticket once again at the bottom of the screen. So in order to submit the fractional share quantity, you'll need to manually enter that in the quantity box here. So we could let's go with 1/2 a share. And then just so you all know, the fractional shares, unfortunately, we won't be able to get this one filled right now because they can only be submitted during market hours. And then since they have to be submitted as market orders, so they can only be submitted during market hours as market orders. But ultimately what you would do is just manually type in the quantity here. And then it has to amount to $5 or more. Otherwise you won't be able to purchase the fractional share. And then also you're not able to enter an amount like, let's say 1.5. The fractional amount needs to be less than 1. So if you're looking to purchase some whole shares in addition to some fractional shares, you'll need to enter those orders separately. So first the whole shares and then fractional shares as a follow-up. And then just to reiterate, these do need to be submitted as limit orders. As market orders, and they can only be submitted during market hours. So let's go ahead and clear this order out. And the other thing I wanted to bring everyone's attention to is actually the day trade counter here at the top of the platform. You'll notice right now our day trade counter is at 2. That's because the Ford trade we placed where we opened the position during the extended hour session, also closed it during the same extended hour session, resulted in a day trade. So if you're trading in a margin account, just be aware that you be aware of your day trades, especially if your account value is less than 25,000, because if you day trade more than 3 times in a rolling 5 business day period, in your account is less than 25,000, you can get set, you can have some restrictions placed on your account after you're flagged as a pattern day trader. So that's something that you'll want to be conscious of when, especially if you're making day trades. Moving along here. So let's say you placed a stock trade here and you maybe wanted to go ahead and reconcile your profit and loss on that trade. You can, excuse me, that is not the right spot. You wanted to reconcile your profit and loss on that trade. You can go ahead and select this clock looking icon under your activity tab here. This is going to be your history tab. So go ahead and select that. And here's your current history tab of all the trades that you made. These are the ones we've done so far today. We have a date filter along the top here. Let's go ahead and filter for the last, I don't know, let's go with the last 120 days. Then let's filter for Ford. Type in a symbol here at the top for Ford. And here are all the recent trades we've placed on Ford. So going back to January 25th of this year, it looks like we bought 100 shares at $12.66. So if you're looking to reconcile a profit and loss for this trade, you go ahead and select you left click on the opening transaction line here. So the buy of 100 at 12.66. And then you'll notice here's the total cost displaying above the amount here. So $1,265.85, in addition to any commissions and fees that were charged. And then it looks like we closed this position here on January 26th. So then you can select the sold transaction. So we sold at $12.99. And now you'll see at the top here over amount, looks like we made a profit of $33.15 on this trade. And then you also see the commissions and fees charged round trip for that trade as well. So it looks like we were charged about 20 cents, rounding up 21 cents here in fees on that trade. Okay, everybody. So that's honestly it when it comes to trading stock here on the Tasty Trade platform. There is one more thing I wanted to touch on, another way that you could trade stock, different mode, but we're getting ready to wrap things up here. So just to touch on that really quickly, where you'll want to go is back in the trade tab here. We also offer another mode that would be the active trader mode. So under the trade tab here at the top, you'll notice that we have, right now we're set to table mode. But you can left click on that drop down there and it'll bring up another option. You have active. And this is all based on the active trader mode here is all based on watch list. Right now, it looks like it preloaded a futures watch list in there. But let's go ahead and load in our preset, our watch list that we created earlier today. So the stock demo watch list. You can go ahead and see here that we have all of the symbols that are in that watch list now populate in the center of the platform. So if you're looking to place an order from here, once again, you could just simply left click on either the bid or the ask. So if you're looking to go long some shares here, let's say in TSM, we could go ahead and left click on the ask, and that will bring up an order for us. You'll notice this is our version of our active trader ladder. So if you're looking to edit the price that you're going to be submitting at, you can just left click here on this green arrow with the B, left click and hold to drag it and change the price. So let's go ahead and drag this down to 82.53, and we could also change the quantity here. Once again, just using one share as an example. So once we're satisfied with this order, we could go ahead and hit send. And you'll notice now that this order, I'm not going to submit it as an extended hours order. It looks like we only have 2 minutes left in the extended hour session anyways. Just to touch on that really quickly as well, outside of normal market trading hours, so 8:30 a.m. Central Time to 3 p.m. Central Time, we also offer extended hours trading, which lasts an hour before, an hour after market open and market close. So that would be 7:30 a.m. Central to 8:30 a.m. Central, and then from 3 p.m. Central until 4 p.m. Central. That would be the extended hours. And during those hours, you're still able to purchase stock if you wish. So let's go ahead and leave this set here as a limit order day, and we could go ahead and send this order off now. As you see, this arrow here now turns yellow, indicating that this is a working order. And we can adjust the price of this working order using this ladder as well. So you can left click and drag that arrow once again to adjust the price. Let's say we wanted to maybe move the price up a bit on this thing to 82.60. So once you left click and drag and you're satisfied with the price, just simply let go. And there you go. Now you have a working order at 82.60. You'll see the previous order was canceled as well. Okay, everybody, that's all I had for you today in regard to how to trade stock here on the tastytrade desktop platform. Are there any questions that anyone has? Anything you want me to go back and touch on? I'm not sure if you wanted me to go touch on really quickly with the stop orders or anything that anyone needed a further explanation on. Just feel free to go ahead and drop that in the chat. No, nothing. I'm not seeing anything come through. Okay, well, I hope you all enjoyed. And then, okay, can I see this session back again? Yes. So there will be a recording of this session, and that'll be sent out to all of those who signed up. It'll be sent to your email address after we edit and whatnot. So that may be a few days, but you should receive a link to this recording via email. Okay, if that's all, I just wanted to reiterate once more for everybody here that this demonstration today was for demonstrative purposes only. Everything discussed, none of that should be taken as advice or recommendation. It was for demonstrative purposes only. Okay, so when is the next? Okay, so the next stock trading demo, I'm not sure when that's going to be, most likely next month if I had to guess, but the next demo in general will be tomorrow, and I believe that is our same time, so 3:30 p.m. Central Time until about 4:15 Central. That will be an options trading demo, how to trade options here on the desktop platform. Okay, everybody, I appreciate you all coming out today and attending the stock trading demo. We have a few more lined up this week. Like I said, we have the options trading demo tomorrow, and then on Thursday we have the futures trading demo. So if those are things you're interested in trading here at tastytrade, I strongly encourage you all to come out and check those out. All right, everybody, thanks for attending. Hope you all enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you.